We got it in frame. Look what came in the mail. It's King of Christmas, so let's talk about it. All right, so before we open the box, welcome to my channel. Everyone who might be new because they wanted to check out the King of Christmas review. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Heather Elizabeth. Welcome to Antique Agenda. And this is a slight diversion from the normal content. We're opening something new, something not vintage or antique. We're opening up what I ended up selecting, which wasn't actually what I wanted. I reached out to King of Christmas myself because I have been so curious about their products for the past 2 years. I've seen other YouTube videos featuring this brand. So you bet I was super excited when they gave me the email that said, "You're approved, go select the item that you would like us to send to you." And I was all ready to pick a new pencil tree. I'm very ready to replace the pencil tree I have. But unfortunately, by the time I got into the site, all of the pencil trees for, I guess, the content creator stash were taken. So I had to pivot and I thought to myself, well, what else do I need? And because last year I was looking at garlands, I said, well, let's get a garland. And so I had a choice of, I think, 2 different tree styles. And I think I chose the Royal Fir of the kind of 3-part kit. It was a garland that also comes with a wreath and 2 topiary trees. So that's what's in the box. And I am pretty excited to get this garland. The plan is we are going to decorate the hood here in the kitchen. And I think we're gonna go ahead and probably pop the 2 topiary trees flanking the oven here. So I'm excited to get it decorated, but first things first, let's open her up and let's dig in and get a real honest, true person-to-person review on my first impressions. I wanna look at quality. I wanna look at aesthetics. I'm really interested in how it's gonna look close up because a lot of times, you know, you look at the photos online and they're rather farther away. And so you don't know how it's gonna translate. I mean, this is faux greenery, but I wanna say that the website looks like it's kind of on the caliber of maybe like a Front Gate. I don't know if any of you ever look at those websites. I mean, most of us thrifters don't really shop online at all. I get most of my items at the thrift store or at an antique mall. I usually buy secondhand. But because I have not found a really nice garland secondhand, I'm crossing my fingers that I'm really going to be pleased with the items. And one thing that I don't think I'm gonna use is the wreath. So what should we do about the wreath? I have some thoughts. Of course, I thought, well, I could give it away to one of you guys. Or I also had the idea that maybe this year I could decorate it and bring it to maybe like a retirement home and find someone who possibly doesn't have a lot of visitors and maybe could use a little bit of Christmas cheer this year. So I'm kind of leaning toward that, but you all can let me know. If one of you is really wanting a King of Christmas wreath in the Royal Fir design, how should we call that? Because King of Christmas has several different tree styles. All right, I decided to just pop online so I could tell you some of the different tree styles. They've got noble fir, Yorkshire fir, Royal Fir, which is the one I ordered. They've got a Tribeca spruce, an alpine fir, a Rushmore fir, a Silver Peak fir. Did I get them all? Scarlet fir, Hancock spruce. So they definitely have quite a few tree styles to choose from as far as the look of the branches. And They also have flocked versions of a lot of these styles as well. So there you have it. I am just going to be reviewing the Royal Fir. All right, I'm ready to open her up. Let's do this. Oh shoot, we're turning on this stove. We don't want to set the house on fire. Okay. Okay, I think I need to just put it on the ground. Or here, I'm gonna put it on the stool. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put it on the stool. Okay, looks like I've got the Garland first. There we go. Oh, and I forgot. Okay, so these are lit. Am I going to light this guy up? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Just because I don't know if I really want cords dangling around the stove. So we've got Garland. First impressions is I really like this little branch. I like its volume. I like the look of it. But interspersed between a few of these, you've got this. I'm not a huge fan of that branch style. It doesn't really have a lot of volume. Maybe it's meant for more of like a realistic effect. I wish it was all made like this one. But that's all right. We got this for free. So we're going to be grateful, but also honest, because if all of you are thinking about purchasing one, I want to give you my honest feedback. And I will say, I can be a little bit snobby when it comes to buying new items. So I'm not holding back. You're gonna get it. The truth from Antique Agenda, always. Yeah, so this is my plan. I'm going to put all of these nice fluffy ones all toward the front to give it the most voluminous look. Do you see that? Hopefully you get a good idea. That's the one thing that I always feel is really hard to decide when you're looking at something online and you're making an investment. These are investment pieces, and I don't mind doing that, especially if you're going to use it year after year, because I consider that a sustainable purchase. It's going to have a nice long life in my home decor. But yeah, I want all of you to get a good idea of what you're paying for and how it's going to look up close. Because that's how we're living with it. We're not living with it from far away in a beautiful professional photo. We're looking at it nice and up close, and we want it to look good. We want it to look good. And I'm gonna say that even though I'm not crazy about these, that overall it does have a nice classic look to it. So as far as aesthetics goes, I am going to give it a B+. If it was going to get an A, they would all be like this one. See that volume? And then you see this guy? Just looks a little scraggly. It looks scraggly. It looks like the runt. All right, so I can shush now about aesthetics. But let's really look at construction. Construction is great. I'm going to tell you right now, there is reinforced wire wrapped around the entire main body of the branch. And I can tell this is going to last for decades. As far as quality, construction, really good. A+ on construction, King of Christmas. So we're pleased about that. I definitely don't have any worries that this is gonna get flopsy or fall apart. I can tell these little branches, they're gonna stay in there. They're wired in nice and good. All right, let's put the garland down. Let's take a look at the wreath and the trees. All right, so the wreath, the wreath is all battery operated. So you're not gonna have any plugs to worry about. So that's actually really great. Let's fluff her up. I'm gonna fluff her up and show it to you here in just a sec. All right, so I did put some batteries in there and it looks really cute. I am pretty pleased. I think it looks good. Close up, I'm gonna say it looks like a really nice faux wreath. On screen, it looks better. Let's go up close here so you can see exactly what it looks like. Okay, yeah, very cute. All right, wreath is nice. And as tempted as I am to want to keep it now, I do think I would like to maybe brighten someone's day. Now for the trees. These are nice. I know I still have to unwrap it, but these are beefy. I can tell they're nicely weighted. First impression before even opening it up is really good. If you're thinking of ordering some of these, it looks like they have a lot of my favorite fluffy design of sprig, a lot of them. So let's open it up. All right, so the box is going down. We are going to open up tree number 1. Okay. All right, just slipped right out of the styrofoam. And this, you guys, this is nice and weighty. Really good. All I can say is firsthand, it's great. It's great. I love the weight of it. Now let's spread her out. See how she looks. Here's one of my not so favorite sprigs. But I really like these. So I'm assuming that these are meant for realism. It's just up close, I'm not a fan. So these are all pre-lit. Oh, I'm really excited about this, you guys. This looks good. This is way better than you would find at the hobby stores. Way better. Yeah. I'm still fluffing, Oh, it's good. Oh my gosh, this is really good. I really like it. Yes, they obviously do trees really well. If this little tree is an indicator of how nice the big trees are, then I'm definitely going to recommend getting a tree from them, because now I really wish I was able to get a skinny tree. But that just means that I might just have to go and order one myself, because this looks good. Wow. You know, I really wasn't expecting the small trees to be as big as they are, and I'm going to leave them up here for the video, but I'm probably going to have to move them. My initial thought of having them on the counter is going to have to change, because they actually, I think, are too big. But gosh, am I pleased. I am really pleased with the quality of the trees. So bravo, King of Christmas. I give you an A on your tree design. And of course, the construction is just as good as everything else I saw. Really nice, heavy gauge, wire wrapped construction. Bravo. All right, I also wanted to mention that inside of the box, there were 3 of these extra packs. so that if you didn't have a spot, you didn't have a plug close enough of where you want to put these, you can connect it to one of these little battery pack boxes, and there you go. You can put it anywhere. Each item came with its own box to be able to do that. So that is wonderful as well. Now, let's do some decorating. And I want to show you what we're going to work with. We have to do a little bit of adjustment, a little bit of DIY on the ornaments, because my inspiration, which I came up with last year, hold on, I need to grab one. I've got a whole bunch under my counter. The inspiration is copper and baskets. So yeah, this is the inspo. Is a nice, I'm gonna say golden tan basket color. So what I found last year on clearance was this little box of ornaments was $7. And when I saw the basket weave on them, I knew immediately I wanted to pick those up and use them for a Christmas tree or Christmas garland idea here in the kitchen. So we need to paint these. I would love to try to get them to look a little more like this. Now, a lot of times when I try to paint, I'm not always successful, but I feel like I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna see if I can replicate more of like a basket or a golden color basket color for these ornaments. And if it doesn't work out, I can always match just copper, get some copper rub and buff. Rub and buff always works out. So no matter what, I'll have a solution that will work. But what I really want to try first is see if we can get these ornaments to be closer to this paint color. And then of course for the copper, I have some ideas. So for the copper, I did pick a few ornaments up last year. I got 3 of these little copper pans. These were Williams Sonoma. I'm just gonna cut the little red ribbon, and then I found, this was $7. It says it is Mason Grove. I wish I could find more of these, but look how cute this little frying pan is. So cute. Yeah, I think I picked this up on clearance as well. So we'll mix in a little bit of those ornaments, and then I have actually real copper bunts, and I think they are small enough to work on the garland. I'm hoping they won't be too big or too close to the size of the balls, but that's my idea. I have 3 small bunt pans, so I don't have a lot. So that is the inspiration. We're basically doing a little French country design for our kitchen garland. All right, now we have to do a little paint mixing. We will do a little fast forward, I think, on this and see how this turns out. Or maybe first, should we hang it? Should we even, first things first, let's see if I can get this wreath on the hood. That's what we need to try first. Hope that I know the ornaments should hold, but now I'm wondering if these are gonna be a little too heavy. But look how cute those would be. Oh! Cross your fingers that this works out. All right, let's open up the ornaments and do a little painting. All right, so I've got my inspiration color and I've pulled out a cream, a tan, some orange. I think I should instead look for yellow. I also have a brown and I have a backup metallic kind of copper in case I can't match something that's more of this color. Maybe I will go look for some yellow before I start mixing. Okay, so I found a little tube of yellow. I am positive this is going to be a lot harder for me than I want it to be. But I'm going to at least try. Yeah, I wish I had just found some woven kind of like straw ornaments, because then that would have been way better than trying to paint something plastic. But this is what I found, so this is how we're starting. Let's start with the yellow. Let's see. Hold on. All right, so here's my antique white. I'm gonna pop in just a smidgen of yellow. Look at that. Let's add some orange. Shall we add some orange? I am feeling lost and confused. Already this is looking better. So I'm feeling like maybe we should start with this as a base. And I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. So yeah, there's a little bit of silver in there, but I really don't care. I don't care. I was also thinking possibly, I do have some dark wax somewhere in the garage. I was thinking that could be another option of trying to make this a little more like a basket. I like to dive in and kind of feel my way through it. It's just how I work. I like to dive in. So while the paint dries on the ornaments, I'm gonna go ahead and string up my little pieces of copper. And how I plan on doing this is I'm just gonna cut to size some pipe cleaner and basically put the ornaments on like twisty ties, just because that's going to be the easiest and I think the most secure for, actually you guys can't even see. There we go. It's looking a little bit like a wave up there, but it's all good. I don't mind. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop them onto my garland just like that. I'm just gonna twist tie them on. I must admit, the little antique copper molds are really giving it the more authentic French country look that I love. So I'm probably gonna borrow my little teeny tiny bird mold from the wall and add it in. Let's put this guy over on this side. All right, looking good. I'm gonna borrow my birds. Now there is an estate sale coming up on Friday that had a few small copper molds, so I'm also hoping to add to what I have very, very soon. This looks pretty good. Yes, indeed it does. All right, so I decided to go ahead and plug the garland in just so you could see what it looked like lit up. And I think I'm going to have to show you guys what it looks like with the basket weave ornaments at the end of the video, because they're still a little wet, they're sticky. But I want to thank King of Christmas for sending me these items. I really had fun opening them up with you and doing a little review. I am very impressed with the quality of the trees. My only advice to the company would be to maybe add a little more volume to the garlands. But I'm really liking how my French country inspiration is turning out with the copper molds. I think using my antique molds really added to the authenticity of the inspiration. So I can't wait to pick up some more, but I do have these that will very easily fill it up. I'm hoping dark wax is really going to make these look like a good golden colored basket. Crossing my fingers. But until I see you guys in the next video, which is probably gonna be setting up for the Christmas show, will Mr. Agenda and I survive setting up a booth together? I'm sure we will, but stay tuned to see how that goes. And I hope you all are enjoying the holidays, preparing for the holidays, setting up your Christmas trees, your wreaths, your garlands. And I hope you guys are just taking good care of yourselves, as always. So until we see each other again, I'm sending you all so much love. Thanks so much for your support. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up on your way out. And bye for now. Hey guys, so it's actually the next day, and I wanted to show you a close-up of how the ornaments turned out after I rubbed in some dark wax. And you can see it looks a lot closer. I mean, it's not perfect, but a lot closer to my inspiration basket. This is the wax I used, just a basic decorative finish dark wax. But I'm actually going to go one step further. So for all of you who are watching to the end of the video, you are going to find out that I'm going to add just a little bit of gold rub and buff to brighten up the ornament. I did do a practice. It's not a huge difference, but just enough that I think with the lights on, it adds just a smidge of reflection. So that's the plan. I'm going to go ahead and add rub and buff to all of these. That's how I ended up with my final result. So thanks for watching. Love all of you. Bye.